Ladies and gentlemen, the Anyaoku'S lecture series are now well-established occasions for acknowledged figures to share with the Nigerian public their experience in managing human affairs. My first words, therefore, must be to thank the Anyaoku'S Foundation for organizing this 16th session, this 16th lecture in the series. I am delighted to welcome our very distinguished lecturer, the Right Honorable Boris Johnson, to Nigeria. Mr. Boris Johnson is a great author, a fantastic journalist, and a remarkable British politician and leader. Of the books he has written, I think that perhaps the best known is his biography of Sir Winston Churchill, a foremost British, and some would say world statesman. The title of the book is The Churchill Factor: How One Man Made History. And when it was published in 2014, according to Google Books, the New York Times in the United States of America described it as the best-selling story of how Churchill's eccentric genius shaped not only his world, but our own, referring, of course, to the United States. And here I would like to digress a little with a personal anecdote. In September 1983, when our then president, Alhaji Shehu Shagari of blessed memory, invited me to become Nigeria's foreign minister, he began my first conversation with him in his office with a rebuke. He said to me, "6 months ago, you came down from London to denounce my government." He was, of course, referring to the University of Ibadan alumni lecture, which I had given in March 6 months earlier, and in which I had criticized the reported corruption in the government and in the Nigerian institutions. Whereupon I said to him, "Sir, I hope that the report you received included my introductory remarks, in which I recalled the saying by Sir Winston Churchill that he made it a rule when abroad never to criticize the government of his country, but when he was home, he made up for lost time." I dare say that the reaction of the president was exactly like yours, because he laughed. As I said, Mr. Boris Johnson is a fantastic journalist. And this can be attested to by many of those who have over the years read his writings in the British magazine, The Spectator, and also in one of Britain's main newspapers, the Daily Telegraph. In fact, he was, for a while, the editor of The Spectator. His writings, if I may say so, were always forthright, even though some of us might not have agreed with his views all the time. My third description of Mr. Boris Johnson is that he is a remarkable British politician and leader. He has so far, and I use the phrase so far deliberately, he has so far left significant legacies in the history of modern British politics. He was the Prime Minister who, following the decision of the majority of the British people in a national referendum in June 2016 to leave the European Union, he was the Prime Minister who succeeded, after monumental negotiations, in leading the United Kingdom out of the European Union at the end of January 2020. It was he, therefore, who, in popular parlance, got Brexit done, thereby opening the door for the United Kingdom to a potentially hugely beneficial policy of global Britain. And another remarkable legacy that he left was that as Prime Minister, he led his Conservative Party to its winning the largest parliamentary majority in the United Kingdom in over 30 years. He left that as a real legacy. And having myself, like him, studied classics at the university, I believe that one of the strengths of Boris Johnson's personal political philosophy is that he has taken the advice of the great ancient Roman senator, Marcus Tullius Cicero, who said to his fellow lawmakers, "Let the welfare of the people be the ultimate law." In our contemporary world, where internal and external conflicts abound, where there seems to be the beginning of a revival of the Cold War, a world where massive poverty and lack of sustainable life-supporting facilities continue to be the experience of peoples in most of Africa, Asia, South America, and many island states. A world where the entire global community is facing a cataclysmic threat from climate change. I believe that if we are to effectively pursue the theme of this 16th session of the Anyaoku'S lecture series, namely rehumanizing human experience, consideration of the comprehensive welfare of the people should be the bedrock of policies and actions by politicians and leaders across the world. I thank you.
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel GoldmyneTV and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.